Hello there, everybody. My name is Ashley Hunt. I'm the Senior Project Management Instructor here at Stormont Studios and PM Guru. And you might have been hearing that the 7th edition Project Management Body of Knowledge has just dropped. It's true. But what does that mean for the PMP exam? So I thought I would go through just an overview as to what to expect, what's changing, what's not changing, and so on, just to give you an update. Very first thing, the current PMP exam, and I don't expect this to change at all, is broken into 3 domains: people, process, and business environment. And you can probably tell that process is the bulk of the exam at 50%. Now, that is a combination of predictive, agile project management, and hybrid approaches. And the people domain is 42%, whereas the business environment, compliance, and continuous improvement, and things like that is only 8%. So you can see that the big focus is on people and process in both agile and predictive project management. So is that why the PMBOK guide changed the project management body of knowledge? Kinda. The 7th edition was just released this month, like I said, August 2021. Now, PMI is in constant states of continuous improvement. So, what that means is as new information becomes available, like the 7th edition, they're going to start to update questions. They're going to start to focus on new content and the future. So, the 6th edition Project Management Body of Knowledge is mostly based on predictive project management. It does have the companion guide of the Agile Practice Guide and considerations for Agile, but for the most part, it's focused on producing a tangible deliverable and all the support processes that go into actually doing that. Whereas the 7th edition, much more about standards, and I'm going to show you what those are, but it's more focused on how we do things rather than what we're trying to produce. And when you look at the standards or the overall content of the 7th edition, it starts with tailoring. So, what do we pick and choose that's going to work for our unique project? Models, methods, artifacts, performance domains. And you can see there are 8, starting with team, people, stakeholders, life cycles. But that doesn't mean that there isn't planning or navigating uncertainties like risk, producing something, delivering something, team performance, project performance, and actually doing and executing the work. So there's still aspects of that predictive project management, agile project management best practices, but it's more about supportive mechanisms in order to make sure that your projects are running smoothly. There are also delivery principles that are in the current edition. So you can see there are 12: stewardship, being diligent, respectful, caring, so you get that servant leadership side of agile, understanding your stakeholders, providing value, holistic thinking, recognizing and responding to how systems interact, leadership, tailoring, all of these things that are coming into the forefront right now with hybrids and agile and still predictive. Predictive is still relevant to a lot of different industries, and everybody's worried about quality, about the quality of the result. It also depends on the complexity. A 1-year long project is going to be more complex than a 2-week. Opportunities, threats. This has everything to do with risk. What's a good risk? A probability and impact of something good or seizing something good. And then threats, which we're all worried about to project work, our budgets, our schedules, and so on. Adaptability and resilience, trying to make sure that we're able to roll with it when things change. And then change management, which there's a lot of change in agile project management and some of these hybrids, plus predictive. You might not all have a formal change control procedure, so maybe you're dealing with scope creep and all sorts of other things. So the guides. Which one do you study if you're planning on taking the PMP exam anytime within the next year or so? The 6th edition is still relevant, right? It's got the predictive processes and so on. So it's still a relevant guide. It's not like they're completely replacing it at this point. What we're hearing is that the exam is going to start to morph and change and be more on the 7th edition project management body of knowledge side of things by January 2022. So PMI is constantly updating and practicing continuous improvement. So the Project Management Institute, would recommend that you always refer to the most up-to-date exam content outline, which you can find on www.pmi.edu. And that will tell you what the tasks are, what they're going to test on. And there are numerous recommended books to study for this exam. And the Project Management Body of Knowledge 6th edition currently is one of those for the predictive side of project management. The 7th edition provides a range of development approaches, so standards, best practices, without actually saying predictive is better than agile, agile is better than hybrid. So instead of just saying, hey, one size fits all, these are the standards that are applicable across multiple types of life cycles and industries. So instead of a focus on deliverable creation, here's the result, it's more about project outcomes, schedules, budgets, team performance, people, all those things that really support project management as a whole. So, are we up to date? Absolutely. We are authorized training partners with the Project Management Institute. So, anytime they update their content, we get updated content immediately. Any changes that they make, we're up to date. So as they morph and as they change and as they start to add different test pool questions and better best practices, standards, and so on, we will have the most up-to-date information. And I always get these questions like, what do I study, the 6th or the 7th edition? I guess the best answer right now is both. Both are going to help you. And right now, if you join the Project Management Institute for 1 year, you're going to get downloads of the PMBOK Guide 7th edition. And I believe you can also still get the 6th edition as a download, but always double check www.pmi.org. If you join for 1 year, not only do you get the downloads, but you also get a discount on your exam. So always keep checking pmi.org, updated content outlines, and just know, if you come to one of my classes, you're going to have the most up-to-date information. We also do what are called mastery deep dives into a lot of these concepts to help solidify the authorized content, what you're doing in the real world with a mastery deep dive, and also get you super, super prepared for a very difficult exam. But exciting changes happening in the realm of project management. So hopefully that helped answer some of your questions. But again, always refer back to pmi.org for the most up-to-date information, which we will also have here.